Hi. How's it going?
How's the YouTube world doing tonight?
We're good too. Thank you for asking.
Yes.
Donald Trump, man. You voting for Donald? We're going to start this over.
Be edited.
That's too much of a pain in the ass.
Written by a nice reporter. Now the poor guy, you got to see this guy. Oh, I don't know what I said. I don't remember. He's going like, I don't remember. Oh, maybe that's what I said. This is 14 years ago. They didn't do a retraction.
That reporter, he is
So,
Serge Kovaleski, who now works for the New York Times. As you can see right there, he suffers from a chronic condition that impairs movement of his own.
I think they're trying to demonize Donald Trump.
You think so?
I think he's one of those people that want to get out of the election like Bernie Sanders.
Well, let's be honest. It's not too hard to demonize him.
It's not too hard to demonize him, but at the same time, he's the only person that's got independent wealth that he could just say, hey, to the bribers, he could say, hey, fuck you.
You don't,
I don't need your money.
Do you think the Bush family has as much money as Donald Trump?
The Bush family has more money than Donald Trump. But I don't know if Jeb's not electable.
No.
We already watched his brother fuck everything up.
Yeah.
I don't think he's electable.
No, I don't think so. But it wouldn't surprise me if he got elected.
It wouldn't totally surprise me if he got elected either.
But I do think Donald Trump has one thing going for him, and I'm saying this as someone who, I don't know, but Donald Trump, I think that he has his ego going for him. I think he has such a huge ego that he actually does want to make America great again. Now, whether your idea of what making America great again is the same as Donald Trump's idea of what making America great again might be very different, but I think he does want to do the right thing in his opinion, and I think that's because his ego is so huge. He wants to make America great again, so he's like goes down in the history books as being someone that doesn't just have their name on buildings and have TV shows with his kids and stuff. I think he really wants to make America mean something again. So he is the next George Washington and goes down as our America's savior or whatever.
I could totally see that. And kind of the reason that I would go for him is along the same lines. It's basically like he's not bright enough to realize when somebody's trying to bribe him or when somebody's doing something illegal. So he's going to blurt it out. Like, that's why I think the powers that be do not want Donald Trump to get elected.
Yeah.
Like everybody, normally you see the liberal people, Stephen Colbert and The Daily Show. You see those go against any Republican candidate. But in the case of Donald Trump, I think that he's on the par that is going to get elected. Like, they're really fighting against Donald Trump. There was a poll that came out recently that said 20% of Democrats would vote for Donald Trump.
Really?
20% of Democrats, which means that if he got the Republican election, he would win the presidency, basically.
Yeah.
Some people have said against Bernie Sanders, he would not fare so well, and there's been polls to that effect. But at the same time, against Hillary Clinton, I think he would definitely win the election.
I would just like to see him in a debate with Hillary Clinton, because I think he would call her a dyke on national television, whether she is one or not, just to be Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, he's not against calling her names. And my idea is, I think that this country does need a revolution, and whether that revolution is for the good or for the bad, I feel like him getting elected will either it would shake things up in a good way, or it just go ahead and like fast track to the apocalypse. And either way, I'm good with that,
Yeah, fast track to the apocalypse is always good.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh. Is that it for that video? That was a good way to end it. Fast track to the apocalypse.
through my Satan, Hail Satan hand sign. So.
You did it?
Yeah.
Alright, so what's next? Giants.
You have to start this one. You have to
Do the ho 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 green giant thing. Just do like first few seconds of it after it says green giant. Cut it off.
In the valley of the valley, green giant. Every year.
Hi.
How y'all doing?
What's up, Gary? How you doing?
Doing all right, Tony. How you doing?
Good, man. So I got a question for you. Do you think that giants existed?
There's a lot of evidence on it on YouTube.
Yeah. There's a lot of evidence on YouTube, guys.
There's a lot of evidence on YouTube that giants existed. A lot of it's photoshopped. I don't necessarily agree with all the archaeological Photoshop records.
Yeah. What do you think in your gut?
I think giants might have existed, but there's a whole thing about how when you get taller, you have to get twice as wide. Like the idea is that if your femur bone's 2 inches diameter,
Mm-hmm.
to grow twice as tall, your femur bone would have to be 4 inches in diameter.
Right,
It
to
has
hold-
yeah,
Right. That totally makes sense.
yeah. It has to be square.
Yeah.
So,
That's what I'm thinking. I'm not talking about a Robert Wadlow person that's just, a freakishly tall guy who's going to die of organ failure or back problems, But I mean, like, literal giants. And I don't know, man. Have you ever heard of the Native American legends about the, like, red-haired, six-finger giants?
I have heard about those.
Dude, it's very compelling, man, because you have different tribes from different parts of the country, and actually different parts of the world. There are more, like, native tribes that talk about the same thing, and these people would have no communication with each other.
I can totally see that. Like, native tribes talked about hobbit-sized people for a long time. And then we discovered the hobbit-sized people
Right.
were actually living in Australia or
Yeah,
New
Madagascar
Zealand.
or
Yeah.
something around there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
We're geography deficient here. so-
Uh-huh. It was New Zealand, up in the top right part of Australia. But have you ever heard of the Rock Wall, man?
Yeah.
Okay, there's a place called Rockwall, Texas. I'm sure you've been there. You're probably
No.
you're very well traveled. You probably have an amazing story about
That's
Rockwall,
the only
Texas.
place in America I've ever been.
But there's a place called Rockwall, Texas, and I guess they put up a huge dam there now. It's like all covered in water.
Damn.
But they found that basically they excavated a cave in the 1950s, and they found these bones of a humongous person. And also in this cave was a cauldron with normal-sized human bones in it. So it's like this cannibal, which would also go back to those red-haired giants because the Native American legends was that they were cannibals.
Were the giants in the cauldron, or were they?
No, it was
they-
regular human-sized bones that were in this cauldron. It was just one giant man. They call him the Rockwall Man.
Fee-fi fo fum.
Yeah, it's either fee-fi-fo-fum or fee-fi-fo-dumb. Because a lot of people think that story's not true because there aren't any bones, which leads to another thing that I'm hearing a lot about on the internet, and that's that there's this huge conspiracy with the Smithsonian. Are you aware of that?
I've heard about that, where they were hiding bones from gigantic people.
Yeah, the bones of the Nephilim.
Yeah, yeah. The Nephilim.
The children of angels from 6th book of Genesis, which also basically talks about giants, and obviously there's a lot of giants in the Bible. That may not be something you're into, but I'm way into that. I buy it. Hook, line, and sinker, I think
There
that's
were
true.
giants in those days.
And also after that. So maybe we have giants among us today, and the Smithsonian's just assassinating them and not letting us
Doesn't
know
it
about
seem
them.
weird that God would have killed off most of the giants because he was trying to kill off all the giants and some still live?
Well, not necessarily. Multiple incursions. Yeah.
The giants were.
Shaq, man, that dude's a Nephilim all day, dude.
I believe that.
Here's the thing. Here's the way we know. I think that this is how we can solve this. All right. When Shaq dies, Let's try and rob his grave, and if the bones are missing, we know the Smithsonian took them, and it's true. So, Shaq, waiting on you, buddy. Kick that bucket so we can find out if Giants,
We did see Chris Angel levitate him, though.
that was very fake, dude. That was a Shaq balloon, man.
That was a Shaq balloon.
That was a Shaq balloon. Yeah, so,
Is
yeah.
the Shaq balloon immortal?
It's Kazam. Here's a question I have. Do you think that Kazam was Muslim? That
I
name
never
just sounds
actually
kind of
saw it,
Muslim.
but yeah.
Definitely.
I know what you're talking about, and it does seem kind of Muslim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And same with Aladdin.
so, yes. Yeah. No one ever wants to talk about how Aladdin was a Muslim.
Aladdin was a Muslim, and he
Flew that carpet into a building.
he talked to jinns.
We're so offensive, yes. He talked to blue genies.
Yeah, and jinns, as you know, in the Muslim culture, are like the anti-angels. They don't have angels in the Muslim
Nephilim.
culture. They have
Jinn of the
anti-angels,
Nephilim.
Yeah,
It's the anti-angel.
yeah. So,
Oh.
so yeah, Aladdin and the rest of Disney was definitely satanic.
Yes. Disney's on some Nephilim stuff, man.
I think
Penis Nephilim stuff.
Disney.
The boners of the Nephilim.